Okay. Greetings to everyone. This is Parth from Exampil, a student-driven platform to help you crack your entrance exams hassle-free. Today we have Dr. Raghav Alawadhi with us, currently in first year MBBS and pursuing his degree from the prestigious Maulana Azad Medical College. It's a pretty renowned college which needs no introduction, and it goes without saying the level of effort required to get in. Very hearty congratulations, Dr. Raghav Alawadhi, for your achievement. I'm sure the journey must not have been easy. So, without any further ado, let's start with the interview. So, my first question to you is, what motivated you to aspire to become a doctor?
Um, I would say my brother first, my family, obviously. My brother himself has pursued MBBS from PJ Rohtak. So, like, I just followed the path that he walked upon. I would like to say that, yes.
Okay, okay. So, what method of study did you adopt?
When I was preparing, COVID took over the world, so I only had online classes. But I would recommend self study is really helpful.
Wow,
I
okay,
would I would advise everyone to choose self study above classes.
okay, okay. So, what did your typical day look like while preparing? What was your day-to-day routine?
I would say it was like a normal child would do. Like I would wake up and it took me really an hour just to get in the mood, to get to like study, really like concentrate my mind. And I would say the best thing would be if you schedule your the next day before the like yesterday night, because that really helped me a lot. Because I was now focused that what I had to do, like what I had to check those boxes, these topics, these revision classes, or these books that I had to study.
Okay, okay. So everyone has weak areas. So what was yours and how did you overcome it?
Uh, Mine was organic chemistry, to be honest, because I mean, like, it was very, what do they say? It was very like you had to cram it, but in the end, I found it to be very easy because I really read NCERT. It looks like it's a basic book, but it's not. It really wants, I mean, like, the writers really want you to develop those concepts. And I would recommend, like, for bio and chemistry, NCERT is enough.
Okay. So Raghav, I'm pretty sure there must be a lot of pressure coming your way. So how do you deal with it?
By developing an extracurricular hobby, that would be like really the best thing that you can do. Like, mine was listening to music. Like, I listened an hour a day music every day, because it was like you have to relax your mind, after studying those hours, grinding that time. So you really want like to relax it off. So mine was music. Some like my one of my friends used to play some sport that you can also do.
Okay. So what difficulties and problems did you face while preparing?
Difficulties, I would say, I really, to be honest, every day you have to pick the same book. So you really sometimes lack the motivation. So that's like very important that you get yourself motivated, right? From the like you have to get good guidance. You have to know the good books. That's more important, I think.
Okay. So Raghav, you gave NEET when COVID was very bad, right? So how did it
Yeah,
affect your preparation?
it really did because I wasn't used to these new technologies and online classes and all, and plus it was all like I in my phone, so WhatsApp notification kept popping up or Instagram. So that was like I think that it it isn't a good thing because you get distracted a lot, online classes, and you also don't get personal interaction with the teacher. But nowadays, technology is really growing up. Like I have, I haven't like my one of my friend did from online classes, so he really he is really thankful to his teachers.
Okay. So, almost 15 to 20 lakh students gave NEET the same time as you did. So, everyone must have
Yeah.
prepared really well, right? But what did you do differently, which resulted in your success?
First, like quality books, I would say. Like they say, na, do smart work rather than hard work. So
Hmm.
smart work is really important. Like you should check your sources that are they really helping you in preparation, or are they just like giving you information, bombarding you with information which isn't necessary at all, at least for the NEET level, because there are many. I mean, like these days, really everyone is just pushing their books and files and PDFs and everything. But I think you should really check out the material first before like going really deep into it. You should know that there are at the need level that you should get the knowledge about. So yeah,
Okay,
that's about it.
okay. So, future NEET aspirants would love to know कि आपके parents का reaction क्या था when they got to know that you have scored so well and that you are soon going to be a doctor.
Well, parents, मेरे को उसी दिन पता चल गया था जिस दिन मैं आया था बेसिकली, बिकॉज आंसर की आ ही जाती है, अनऑफिशियल, ऑफिशियल, but I really kept it close to my heart. I only told my parents, and when I told them, they were really ecstatic. Like they really, I mean, like my mom started crying because it's really hard these days. Like the massive amount of students that are getting into this stream that are preparing for NEET. So, but they're really happy, and they are right now also. And like they really motivated me to like grow more and study further, like also in MB. I mean, like I have to study now, so na, it doesn't end like ki aapne NEET de diya and you don't have to study now. But that feeling of like proud, that really helped me and like made me feel worthy, like yes, I did something really great. The
Hmm.
proud in my parents eyes.
Hmm. Yes. Okay. So, the paper pattern had a sudden change right before you gave NEET, right? So, how did you manage it
Yeah.
along with other things?
Yeah, that really caused me a problem, to be honest, because that came 2 months prior only, and I mean, like, I didn't. I used to practice on that previous pattern because nobody could have guessed it. But in the end, like, still, I practiced so much that I became habitual of it. So new pattern really didn't affect me much, but that really was time consuming, and I really had to change my plans of preparation for it because of it.
Hmm. Right. So, Raghav, you scored 596 in your first attempt and then a whopping
Yes,
680 in your second attempt. How did you make this
yes.
drastic change in your results?
Firstly, I mean, like, since you're a dropper, I mean, everybody knows that people really judge droppers, and they, I mean, like, they can see in their eyes that they are judging you and thinking that you're inferior, you haven't done, and you haven't performed well. But that also motivated me, but also like my parents push, my family's push really helped me because they really were like, "Ki, if you want to do a second attempt, we are with you and we support you completely." And their support really motivated me to do my second attempt.
Hmm. Very well. Okay, so how does it feel to get into your dream college?
In one word, it is really worth it. Like you, I mean, you, it is really worth it. That's all I can say. I can't find more words just to express those feelings because now I know that upcoming aspirants, look upon to it that we also want to go in this same college or their dream college is also MAMC. But it is really worth it and it is really worth the pain and struggle that you have to go through.
Right, right. Okay, so Raghav, did you refer to any other books other than NCRT?
Yeah, like NCIT is, I think, for just, making up the foundation, but you have to grow upon that. So I sold MTG books, NCIT at your fingertips, that one, and previous year is way more important than students think, because most of the time the concepts get repeated because there are no new concepts getting introduced. So you have to focus on those concepts. You have to have the idea that this is how the question will come and this is how you will have to respond to that. So previous year, I would say, is the most important one of them.
Okay, okay. Hmm. What is your last movement strategy for NEET?
Last moments, I used to keep this track of my mistakes, a notebook specifically just for the mistakes. Like whenever I did a mistake, I wrote it in the notebook and then I revised it like before sleeping or whenever I felt like कि आज मूड नहीं है पढ़ने का नया कुछ. So I used to open that notebook and revise it thoroughly. That really helped me. And last minute was in the like real last minute. You just have to relax. Ki, like one day before I stopped studying. One day before exam, I stopped studying, and you have to like relax and cool off the mind because you have to prepare for that ambience, that new environment which you will be put into after 24 hours. So you have to relax a little bit also. That was my last minute strategy, to be honest.
Okay. What would your advice be to students who are currently in 11th standard, 12th standard, and those who are repeaters?
Okay, 11th standard students, I think that they should, explore more. They have time more on their watch. So I think that they should like try out new methods, try out new books. And also, I know it would be difficult. It is difficult for everyone who gets in like from 10th to 11th. It really changes the whole paradigm shift. But it's it's for everyone, right? Like nobody does 11th twice. So I think 11th people should like they should feel and do that book which they feel they are most comfortable with. 12th students should like focus more on 12th, and but they also have to keep 11th in their in the back of their mind because they have to revise it in the last also. So they should, I think, complete 12th syllabus like early, a little bit early.
Okay. So just
And
like everyone, even you must be making silly mistakes, right? But how do you be mindful
yeah,
of them?
by I think really focusing on the questions because the paper makers really want you to do silly mistakes because that's what NEET is all about. But I think that by practicing, you will get to know that these are your silly mistakes, and here are your like where you get your focus less. So you will realize ki like physics may in the end part I lose some focus, so I do silly mistakes there. So I mean I think that practicing really helps, and I think practicing should be done more because people take this for granted ki I think I will perform there only, but no, you should really do mock test really help, test series really help.
Hmm. Okay. So, what role has peer-to-peer learning played in your life at MBBS as well as prior studies?
In MBBS, it's really helpful because when you're in a hostel, you don't study much, but still, they like when it's an exam, a night before exam, we really get together and study like one topic. One person studies, and another topic, another person studies, and then they like share each other's information, which really helps and shortens the time that you require to complete the topic. But in NEET preparation time, I was alone actually. I didn't have any peer to communicate with. Yeah, I don't. I think that peer to peer study should be done, but only if you find a peer that's or equal to your level. Like
Hmm.
you don't want to be to become a teacher, right? So you don't have to find a peer that's like knows less than you, and then you study, and then you make him study. So that won't help. Rather find an equal, and that would really help because he will also input something, you will also input something, and then you will build upon something that would be really beautiful.
Hmm. Okay. Why is peer-to-peer guidance important?
Sorry.
Why is peer-to-peer guidance important?
Peer to peer guidance is really important because when you share your ideas, it really helps. Like, and if you can guide, and if you can take guidance from your senior, that would really help you a lot because he has done it already. Like he has performed it already there. So he will tell you the mistakes he did so that you won't do the same mistakes, right? Because that is basically what you want to do in NEET preparation, is that you want to eliminate your mistakes. So I think peer-to-peer guidance is really important.
Hmm. Okay. What are your future plans? Like, what interests you the most?
Right now, I think I have found my only dislike, which is study. I like everything else because in college life you really get a lot of time on your hand, which makes you like develop new hobbies. Right now, I'm thinking of learning how to play drums. So, I mean, like I'm really into music. So if I can get a chance there, I would be really happy.
Okay. Raghav, what do you like the most about the Example app?
I really checked it out and it is way awesome. The Firstly, I have to appreciate the UI of it, like the pure essence of it. It is really helpful because it is. I noticed that it is made by the toppers, which is really rare because this has become mainly a business opportunity for big monopolies. Like I won't name anyone, but you know who are the the big companies, and they are like just getting lakhs of students into their coaching institutes, but still not pushing out the result as much because they are not able to give guidance. I mean, like the toppers have done something extraordinary, right? That's why they're toppers. Like that's why they're separate from the crowd. So that's why I really like that this is a very new concept, and I think that this is the concept this country needs right now
Hmm.
because nobody is thinking about it. Like toppers, they are not asking toppers, they are just putting toppers into the video so that they can get views and get popularized by it. So I think this is a very brilliant concept, to be honest.
Right. Correct. Okay, so my last question to you would be, what message would you like to give to the future NEET aspirants who want to walk the same path as you have?
My last message would be is really close to my heart, and I would say that it really pays off in the end. Like I know it's really hard for acing those marks and thinking कि असली नीट में क्या होगा या मॉक टेस्ट में मार्क्स नहीं आ रहे हैं, बट marks आ जाएंगे. Just trust the process. You really have to trust the process and think and just hope. कि like अच्छा होगा, अच्छा ही होगा when you think कि अच्छा होगा. And I mean like it really pays off. When you are in college life you will realize कि हाँ सही कहते थे कि it really is worth the degree, worth the MBBS seat, you know.
Hmm. Okay, with this, we come to an end to our interview. Thank you so much, Dr. Raghav Alawadhi. It was a pleasure talking to you. This was very
Thank
insightful,
you
and
for
we hope
having
that the
me.
students must have learned a lot of things from this session and will surely implement all these tips and guidelines in their preparation. It was a very enlightening interview. Thank you for making time for the students today. We wish you all the very best for your future.